Welcome back. A federal judge ordering the White House to restore more than $550 million in federal grant money to the University of California, Los Angeles. That money was paused after the administration found that UCLA is in violation of civil rights law over alleged anti-Semitism on campus. The White House has been pressuring UCLA to pay $1 billion in fines, among other concessions, in order to get that funding back. Joining me now is CUNY law professor Jeffrey Lax. Professor, great to see you. Thanks for being here. What's your reaction to this federal judge's move?
Well, thank you for having me. First of all, I want to point out, this is a Biden-appointed judge in 2023. She's been on the bench for all of 1 year, and it's clearly an activist judge to me. Anytime you hear a case in the Ninth Circuit in California, take it with a grain of salt, because that appeals court has been overturned 80% of the time by the U.S. Supreme Court when it goes to appeal. And this case has already been appealed by President Trump's administration. But let me just say, this case, the judge found that there was viewpoint discrimination, and that's why she upheld this it's just a temporary injunction. It's not a permanent injunction. There's a long way to go in this case, but she upheld it based on viewpoint discrimination. Now, explain to me how the Trump administration could possibly know the viewpoint of the faculty members, the researchers, the staff who were denied these grants. It had nothing to do with viewpoint discrimination, which would be a violation. It had to do with anti-Semitism that, as you said, was found by the DOJ. And I want to also add something else, which is that the university has already settled multiple multi-million-dollar lawsuits with Jewish faculty and Jewish students. So there's a lot of legitimacy to what the DOJ did, and very little legitimacy, in my opinion, to what this activist judge did. What are we going to do? Go back and forth with these activist judges trying to stop President Trump at every turn? That's basically what they're doing. 100%, and I think eventually this has to go to the U.S. Supreme Court. Yeah. I understand this case was unique to faculty and researchers, but we know about the Harvard case. We know what happened with Columbia. This is going to, I 100% agree with that. It's going to have to be decided by the U.S. Supreme Court ultimately. And ultimately, they're going to find on Trump's side. I don't care what California does. I don't pay my, even when I was in law school, it wasn't political then. Us law students, we just wanted to get the right answer. But whenever we saw an opinion in the Ninth Circuit, we always took it with a grain of salt. And we were always told by our teachers, our law teachers, to take it with a grain of salt because they do crazy things. And Judge Rita Lynn did a crazy thing here.
Well, meanwhile, these billboards are popping up across the country highlighting campus anti-Semitism. The nonprofit organization Jew Belong is behind them, showing messages like being Jewish should not require campus security. And you don't need to be a Jew to protect Jews. Universities are seeing a rise in attacks on Jewish students and faculty. We know that. Hillel International says more than 2,000 incidents happened just in this most recent school year, Professor. What is it going to take to stop this?
Yeah, these are good people, good organizations, trying to do good things. But I have to admit, there's an opportunity cost to doing anything you do, spending this kind of money. Who are you trying to convince by saying being Jewish shouldn't require campus security? Are you trying to convince Mahmoud Khalil? Because you're not going to convince those people. These are people who, like Nardine Khosrowshahi, they disrupted New York infrastructure, stood in the way of highways. They want to bring down the whole American system. It's not just Jews. So I would see our organization, Safe Campus, what we do is we have almost 200 lawyers, and we are active in the approach. These billboards kind of bother me a little bit. It makes me cringe. Because it's almost like when your parents pay for you to have friends at school, like to ask people to recognize that Jews are people and shouldn't have to have security. I don't want to see a billboard like that. I want to be proactive. I want to go after the anti-Semites and sue them and do the kinds of things that Trump is doing at UCLA and Harvard and Columbia.
Well, I mean, what do you want to say about New York, Jeffrey? Some Jewish New Yorkers have serious concerns over mayoral candidate Mamdani's policies and his growing popularity, despite what he has said about the Jewish community in the past. Jeffrey, you've got an op-ed about what the other candidates running can do to stop the rise of Mamdani. You write this: the only thing that should be on all New Yorkers' minds right now is aligning together and doing everything possible to create a coalition to stop Mamdani from becoming the next mayor. It is time to make a choice. Go down as three losers who destroyed the greatest city in the world, or work together to become the heroes who saved this great city. So you're talking about Andrew Cuomo, Eric Adams, and Curtis Sliwa here. What do you want to happen?
Yeah, and I love Curtis Sliwa. If I had a vote, I would vote for him. But you know what? It's not happening. I'm sorry. Adams has 9% of the vote. I'm not even sure why he would want to do this to himself. It doesn't make any sense to me. Team up. It's still a long shot. Mamdani's at 44%.
So you want everybody to team up behind Andrew Cuomo then?
Well, I don't care who it is. I want them to get into a room, lock the door, and not come out until they support one person. All of them.
Yep. I understand. It doesn't seem like any one of them can win. If they're all there, they're going to take votes away from each other.
Yep.
And then Mamdani wins. Wow.
Yep.
Amazing. Jeffrey, this is a race that is being watched across the country and beyond. Thank you so much. We'll be watching your work, Professor.